his ass whooped, boy.
Oh man,
Fuck
that
is you talking about?
that one was rough to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun to watch.
Fuck is you talking
It
about?
was
It's what I say. As soon as he touched that chin, we'll see what's
no,
happening.
stop it.
That boy
It's
got
it's
knocked
just
down in the second round.
yeah, that was a
It
good
was
shot.
almost early.
Hey, but he ate it though. He did. He kept boxing. There was another 5 rounds after that he fought for. But I don't know, man. Like just overall, like even like off the first round, it just kind of looked like Ryan was, might I say, scared. He kind of looked shaky. I don't know if it was just me or the way I like the aggressiveness early.
What do you mean? He got caught in the second round. Of course, he's gonna be shaky throughout the rest of the
No,
fight.
I was talking about
That
off
happens
just round
very
one.
early on. His
Yeah,
confidence was gone after that.
yeah. I'm talking about just round one in general. It just looked like he was kind of outmatched. Um, as far as like rounds are concerned, I had
He,
Ryan winning.
he was trying to rough. No, he was trying to rough Javante up though.
He
He was
did.
trying to
I
rough
had him
Javante
winning the
up.
first round. I don't know about
Yeah,
you.
yeah, no, yeah, no.
Just
We had him winning.
slightly, not anything
Yeah,
crazy, but
had him winning.
I had Ryan winning the first round, and then once that knockout happened, bro, the rest of the fight was all, except for the sixth round. I did give the sixth round to Ryan as well. He landed a lot of good shots.
Yeah,
Um, during that round, it kind of looked like he was building back, so I was getting pumped. I'm like, oh yeah, here it comes. About to start
yeah.
walking him down, and we already know what happened in the
No,
seventh
boy.
round. So we'll get to
No.
that a little later, but based off your opinion, like in the early rounds, obviously the knockdown in the second rounds, what were your opinions on the first, like the beginning parts of this fight?
Well, I felt like Ryan was walking him down, but I felt like Javante was just setting traps. The boxing IQ is just way too much. He's way overskilled. He has years on. He had literally 5 years on Ryan. He was setting traps the entire time. The way he was prowling around the outside, not really. I really thought it was going to be pitter patter for majority of the first rounds. So
Yeah,
when
that's what I
when
thought.
he dropped that crazy ass counter, I'm like, oh no, Tank's coming to do work.
Yeah,
He's
but
coming to
you
work.
got to kind of thank Ryan for that. Like he kind of set himself up for failure. You know, he had the size advantage, he had the reach advantage, and it felt like he wasn't really
But
using that to
you
his.
gotta give Tank some credit at the end of the day. He's the most efficient fighter. He throws the least amount of punches,
Yeah,
but is also the most accurate. And when he lands, they fucking hurt. That well that being said, as he was going through the rounds, he was picking Ryan off too. He was picking his shots. You know what I'm saying? Going to the body, going back up to the head, going to the body. I'm talking about like real maestro shit.
and
He literally was trying to show that he wants to be the next face of boxing.
I think that's I think one important aspect of the fight. I feel like even though Ryan or not Ryan Tank did get the second round knockdown with a clean ass left hook, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Ryan took it, he got back up, and it the announcers acting like it didn't phase him. I think it did. Oh, it
Oh.
obviously did because the next few rounds after that, he was very skittish.
Oh
Um,
yes.
but not only that, Tank landed
Uh,
a lot of good body shots that set up the ultimate knockout. I think that was
but
one,
who would have thought? Who would have thought it would have been a fucking body shot that'll
and it
put.
wasn't even that powerful. It did not look that powerful.
Oh no, he had to sit with it for a second. It had to. You know when you get one of those good body shots, it has to cook for a second, and then
Yeah,
when it boils, that motherfucker felt he had to take the knee.
I knew.
Ref saved him. Ref saved him, bro, because
Oh,
Javante was gonna send him to the nether realm.
Ryan saved himself. You seen it? He bent down before the ref even got in there, bro.
No,
Come on.
what I'm saying is that he waved off the fight. He tried to stand up. He
Yeah,
tried
but
to
he wouldn't
stand
have
up.
made it up. He wouldn't have stayed up. He still wouldn't have beat the count. Even if he even I don't think the ref stopped the fight. I think Ryan legitimately couldn't get up, which is crazy to say because that fucking punch did not look that hard. Like when I was watching it live, and I was like,
liver, bro.
but once he started backing up, I'm like, oh no, what's going on here?
He hit Ryan with his own shot.
Yep.
He knocked him out with his own shot.
But it didn't look that strong, did it? Like I understand the fucking side.
Bro, but he literally he ducked his head and just boom, all that fucking force. Just hit his ass real quick.
It didn't look like a full.
Ryan backed off his ass and then had to fall back down to his knees. Like, yeah.
When you saw
I knew. No, when I knew when he fell to his knee, I was like, "That's a 10 count. It's over."
I didn't think it was a 10 count. I thought he just needed a.
No, I knew it. I knew it as soon as that motherfucker came down and took a knee. I mean, that's a 10 count. He's got blood running down his nose.
Yeah,
his fucking chest is pulsating. Like, it's over. He don't want no more smoke. If he keeps going, he will get sent to the nether realm. And he doesn't want to do that. That'll end his career.
Man, a part of me says that I feel like he needed to stay in that fight and get the fuck up. Like he wasn't knocked unconscious or something. You know what I mean? That's more so like he was in
when
pain,
you can't fucking breathe, when your whole fucking body is like literally quivering to try and fucking breathe.
Yeah.
What do you expect to do? How do you fight when you can't fucking breathe? Like
so just for just to state, you did almost call it correctly, 100%. Swayze called an 8th round knockout for Tank, and he wound up getting in the 7th. So I'll give you props for that.
Oh yes, dude. Come on, bro. You guys. I'm no Shadamas over here with this shit, baby. You better start putting some money up off of my fucking opinions right now.
So a little.
I predicted Usyk was gonna beat Joshua. And he was underdog on those fucking on those odds.
He was. So one thing that kind of threw me for a loop, obviously, you know, I had Ryan Garcia winning. But it was really disappointing. It almost looked like he was like Jake Paul-esque, if I might say. I don't know. I obviously he's a little better, but it just seemed like his technique was very sloppy, especially after that knockdown. After that knockdown, it was like all that shit was going out the window. He was throwing. He was trying to make up for shit, and he was throwing punches like to the point where he was no longer in the stance. He was like standing straight.
There's two different things, bro.
Leaving himself open.
You gotta understand. Gervonta Davis was born in fucking Baltimore. This nigga was fighting ever since he was fighting before he even got in the ring. Off of fights, street fights, all types. You gotta do that shit to survive. That nigga knows that shit down to a fucking T. Ryan didn't ever have to go through all that crazy shit that Tank had to go through.
Yeah,
he knows this shit. He knows this shit, and this makes him put more effort into this shit than Ryan ever did, because Ryan didn't really need to go through this shit. Whereas Tank, this is all this nigga knew to get out the fucking get. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, but don't you agree? Like after that second round knockout, like. It was almost as if Ryan was leaving himself open the whole fight, trying to make up for it, throwing sloppy punches to the point where he was basically flopping on top of Tank. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. It was just kind of weird to see that he was
trying to get his leg back. He was trying to put Gervonta on his ass. Gervonta wasn't. He was fighting very defensively smart. He was fighting extremely smart. He was barely getting hit. And all the other times he was getting hit, it was like when they were wrapping up and then Ryan was punching down on him.
Don't say that. He was getting a few. He was getting some good hits. Overall, I mean, in the 6th round, he did at least.
He got like 3 good hits out of the whole entire fight.
In the 6th round, it looked like he was coming back. He was tagging him with some pretty good shots.
But do we want to see a rematch? No, because we know what the fuck is going to happen.
And that's what leads me to my next question, or my next statement, I guess, was that like how completely outclassed he was. It didn't even look like they were in the same league at all. And that's what surprised me the most, was that you could tell Gervonta is a professional, or not even professional, the best in his class, and Ryan is nowhere near that level. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know what you thought, but like
I think it's all a toss up, bro. I really think Devin Haney is a very smart fighter, and that like it's, but he's up there.
Yeah, I was talking about I was like compared to Ryan
I think Tank will knock the fuck out of a lot of people, bro. Like he'll knock them the fuck out. Like Lomachenko, I think he knocks him out.
Yeah.
Devin Haney, possibly. Devin Haney's very defensively smart. Shakur Stevenson just came up to that weight division, but
what my question is, did it even look like it was like Ryan Garcia was even close to that level? Was Tank was like right ahead and shoulders above?
I told you this takes him
smiling during the fight and shit.
The fact that he landed a knockdown in the second round, I'm like, oh no, he's already landing clean.
Yeah.
When he starts landing clean, it's a fucking wrap. And I just knew it was just a matter of time.
You could tell how crazy his fucking instincts were, because when he tagged him with that shot, he saw the pain on Ryan Garcia's face, and he like immediately turned into kill mode and started chasing him down. You remember like when Ryan was starting to take his steps back, it was fucking Tank's whole face demeanor. It was weird. It was like, bro, like instantly changed into like attack mode. It was weird.
Yeah, bro.
Or that's when Ryan took that knee, because he knew that he was about to get.
Hell yes.
But bro, okay, this is what I was gonna say. Another thing about the sloppiness of Ryan Garcia. Do you remember he was like threw like a sloppy ass haymaker to the point where he just turned around and just started balling
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, no, this guy's here for the taking.
Yeah,
I thought he was literally gonna get caught coming out of that too.
I thought he was gonna fucking turn around and just blast his ass. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about, where it just didn't even seem like Ryan Garcia was even close. Like I said, I did have him winning the 6th round.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of defense.
He was so sloppy. It didn't look like he belonged in the same ring as
That's funny that you brought that up, because that was a fucking ridiculous. That was a ridiculous like way to like defend yourself. Like
it was terrible. I think he did it twice. The second time was way worse. And that's what I'm saying. When I see shit like that and him like flat-footed, wide open a bunch of times, it just looked bad on his part. And I'm not to say that I'm not taking anything out of this fight. I still got respect for Ryan for even getting in the ring with a monster like Tank. But I got to change my tune, man. Just Tank.
There's levels.
Yeah,
there's levels.
Tank was on a different level for sure. You could tell.
Ryan, you got your ass whooped, boy. You better go back to the fucking drawing board and figure something out. Tank, where do you go from here? Tank?
It has to be Haney, right?
Dude,
it has to be.
He's the king. Gervonta's the king without any belts. He's the fucking king of the lightweight division right now. No belts in the light. What? I think he does have a belt. I'm not sure.
I'll have to look. But it is crazy to even think that.
Let me see really quick.
As you're looking it up, let's keep in mind, say granted, it's not a for sure thing, but say Tank does go up against Haney, who do you got coming out of that matchup? Right at this point in time, you had 200. You had to put it on one of the fighters. Who are you putting?
Okay, yeah. So he does have the world lightweight WBA. But I don't think that's like the full championship. I think that's just like one of the. Dude, they have so many fucking splinter belts and shit. So, I don't know. There's like interims. There's all sorts of stupid shit. Everybody wants to be a champion. They're just handing out fucking belts and shit. So you're the champion of this. You're the champion of that. You should do WBC just be making up belts for fucking fights. It's stupid as shit.
I also want to add that this is the prime example of what I'm talking about We had talked about this a couple episodes ago about fighters fighting in the prime, and I said this would be one of the best fights, upcoming fights, if it were to have. This is before it even got booked. This is a fight that everyone will want to see, and it literally it blew everything out of the water. I think it was by far the most popular fight right now.
Oh yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
and I think it lived up to the hype, even though it was such a mismatch, in my opinion.
And
I
you
think it
got
was,
Haney and Loma coming next, so hopefully there's fireworks in that.
that ain't gonna reach here. We need like a tank. We need a tank in Haney. But this is what I'm talking about. Why it's important.
Taking Haney?
Yeah, who would you have winning? I asked you that question, but I think you were.
Oh yeah, no.
200, you had to put it on one of the or the two. FanDuel got a little a Pro Bowl running, and you get $200. This is a scenario, not real.
I think I'll take Tank. I like Tank on those odds. Tank is just that motherfucker packs a punch, man, and he's smart. But Devin Haney, he's pretty big for 135. When he's on the scales, he literally looks like a fucking skeleton because he has to drain his whole fucking body to get down to that weight.
Until 135?
To 135. But he's the undisputed he's the undisputed champion.
Yeah.
He's talking about going up, but he wants to get all the money fights. He wants to fight Shakur Stevenson. He wants to fight Gervonta.
I mean,
he
what
wants
bigger
to fight Ryan.
What bigger fight than Gervonta though? Right now,
yeah.
There's no other bigger fight. Gervonta's.
I just don't think it gets made.
If he wants the biggest fight, that's the biggest fight right now.
I mean, then again, Showtime and Top Rank have done business before with the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight, so it probably could get made, but.
It'd be the
I don't know what Gervonta is gonna do. He's got his pick of the litter now. He literally,
it's true.
Whatever fight he does is gonna be the next biggest fight. So
do belts not matter? Does his ass don't?
Not in Gervonta's case. Not in Gervonta's case. It's kind of like
when I was listening to the thing, they were like, and he without a doubt, he is the best in the. And I'm like, bro, the man don't even got a belt in this way. Like, why are we calling him the best? Like, can we at least go win the belt? Like, I give him full props.
Hey, they say the same thing about Tyson Fury. They say that Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight boxer on the earth. I'm like, how do we know that? This thing can even go up against Usyk, who has 3 belts. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury only has 1 belt.
But he has the
and he shook. That nigga shook. Why is he showing signs of fear if Usyk's such an easy fight? Why is he shook then?
I don't know, but I think it's one of those things where people are or something has to be done about setting up these fights, because you see, as soon as the Garcia and Tank fight happens, it's one of the biggest fights in recent memory. You know what I mean? What's the last biggest fight that was even on that level? What, Wilder versus Fury 3?
Yeah, probably.
Right? As far as publicity and as boxing is concerned.
Yeah.
And Ryan Garcia is not even the best in that class. You know what I mean? So it was just the names themselves that were selling. So at this point, something has to get done. People just want to see the fights, man. We want to see people go at each other in their primes. And
so do you think if Ryan Garcia, I was to say Ryan Garcia, he gets a couple knockouts, gets his ego back up. Do you think Ryan Garcia can come back and beat Tank Davis?
Yeah, I do.
No, boys, stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying, bro. You know Tank is gonna lay his ass right back on the floor, bro. What is you talking about?
You already broke it down earlier. Tank is 5 years older. Do you remember what happened with Canelo?
Exactly. It's gonna be the same fucking outcome, and he hits harder.
Do you remember what happened with Canelo and Mayweather? Right. Mayweather obviously beats.
Bro, his ass got popped right on the chin. His ass said, round 2.
For real, that was bad. But I feel like
I said, what's gonna happen when we test that chin? And that's exactly what happened, bro. His ass fucking fell to the ground.
It was nasty. I can't even. I will say I do give him respect, like I said, for even stepping in the ring with him, and giving a fight, even being the aggressor most of the fight, which is played into Gervonta's hand, but he still had the confidence or stupidity, whichever one, to at least attempt to, throw hands with him. It wasn't like they were both. Well, it's not like he was scared, just sitting there waiting and letting Gervonta pick him off, but. I don't know, man. I think he could come back from this loss for sure.
But I'm saying, come back for Ryan versus Tank 2.
Yeah, I mean, but it won't happen anytime soon. I don't think.
Oh yeah. No.
I just don't think it's close. So there's no point. I don't think Gervonta has anything to prove. And yeah, I don't.
I really thought there was a chance there was a chance he could go to points. That motherfucker went for the kill, man.
He did. And he hit it, like you said, he hit him with his own shot. It was just sloppy. Like Ryan's percentages were way low the whole fight. He was just blindly throwing punches. There was no real I don't know. It didn't look like they had a game plan. It just looked like his plan was to attack, but he kept. I don't know. It's like he was getting too close to him. That makes sense. So, what's your overall take from this fight? Final thoughts.
Well, I want to congratulate Tank on doing such a fucking phenomenal job in there, showing your boxing IQ, showing that size and length doesn't matter all the fucking time, and that you can really get some shit done.
Hey, do not disturb.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, do not disturb. Remember? I know you're whoever the fuck is calling you, but do not start.
So yeah, no, and then Ryan, I think you're not ready for that yet, man. You're not ready for that yet. You gotta take a couple of years, build back up to that, and then maybe, just maybe. When you catch Tank when he's a little bit older.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. You tried to make it seem like it was just blasphemous. I think if it once a few years,
I'll probably catch him slipping.
Gervonta gets a few hard fights because I mean Ryan has no choice but to fight, lower level competition now. I don't think he's gonna get any of the top level people yet.
Yeah,
I mean, he might get Haney. Haney was interested in still doing a fight with him, and that fight was stood slow, I think, but I don't know. It was all bad.
What are your final thoughts, Fuse?
My final thoughts. I am sorry, Gervonta. I am so sorry. I underestimated his skill. I underestimated his boxing IQ, which is like the number one thing that stood out to me in this fight. Was that he's a lot smarter in the ring than I thought he was.
Yeah.
And it
actually was a fucking monster.
I was highly impressed with him. As far as Ryan, you let me down, brother. I don't think you care. I don't know what else. The man looked like I don't want to flame him like that. I know he beat my ass, so that's all. The man looked.
His X factor was that fucking hand speed, and he was whipping them bitches, bro. They were fucking.
They just weren't landing like that, though.
I know.
That's the problem.
Know. But the thing is, I was like, dude, if one of them bitches land, they could really do some damage. Get a couple.
That one that he hit in the 6th round definitely did damage, because you could tell by the way Tank reacted. Because Tank was just smiling damn near the whole fight, but when he got hit by that, he started to get a little more serious. take it more
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my final thoughts. I underestimated Gervonta, and I apologize. I'm sorry, Gervonta.
All righty. Well, that's our thoughts on that's our instant reaction to the mega bout of the Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. Ooh, that was still a banger though. Still a good show. Dude, Tank Davis brought Chief Keef out. That's already legendary.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that boy brought out 2 felons. Floyd Mayweather and Chief Keef. Shouts out to both of them. Felon squad. Gervonta got a felony too. Until next time, guys.
All right. Peace.